Hey y'all, it's been a long time, I know, and I'm sorry. It's me, Lisa, ASMR. Hope you're doing well. Today is May 23rd? Yeah. I have 9 cars out, which is kind of sad considering this is supposed to be the best month in car sales for the whole year. Oh shoot, didn't realize I put my car in manual mode. Okay, so let me tell you about today before I get into the rest of this month, because let me tell you, it's been rough. But today is just like, it was my Friday the 13th day. I never have bad at Friday 13th, but this was my Friday the 13th. So, yesterday, I sold an SUV actually, and it was one that we just got in, and it was too late to see if it got inspected, which we call PDI'd. And so I told the customer, I said, we need to get it inspected before, it was like a turkey vulture or something, before you're allowed to take it home. And it was really cool because they have, the husband is actually from Ohio, literally the town next to the town my uncle and Mamita live in. And and he actually drives through my hometown, so it's crazy. But anyways, they came in at like 4:30. My coworker had him, and they told him that if he wasn't confident in his products, which he works on the new or used side, so he doesn't really know the new cars very well, to pass them over. So they passed. He asked me to help him out, or actually he's like, here's the customers. He gave me the customers, which they wanted to get a fully loaded SUV or a fully loaded luxury vehicle for $350 to $400 a month for 72 months, with trading in their 2015 Genesis, and they owed over $29,000 on. So, just letting you know, just so y'all are aware, you can't do that with, like, they don't want to put any money down. The max they could put down is $500. You cannot get into a fully loaded vehicle with no money down, or even $500 down, for $350 to $400 a month at all. Doesn't matter what it is, except maybe like the cheapest car the company creates. So, and they weren't looking at cheap cars, obviously. So I showed them reality, like I showed them the pricings on the vehicles they wanted, and I said, what would better fit for you would be going down to a smaller SUV and not being fully loaded, especially if you don't need it. So I finally got them into a vehicle. We sold it for $665 a month, which was more than their current payment and way more than their $350 to $400 budget. Because you're rolling over $9,000 worth of negative equity. So you also have to think about that. It gets rolled into the new loan. So I was supposed to get off at 5. I took them over at 4:40. Didn't get out until 10, so I got home around 10:30 last night. It was only supposed to be an 8-hour day. It was a 13-hour day. I was gonna come in early today to make sure like it got PDI'd and everything, so they could get their car early. Well, I was really, really freaking tired. Like, I didn't go to bed until 2 a.m. last night because I have a new addiction of Parks and Rec. And I got in at 12, my time I was supposed to be in. And she calls me at 12:05. She's like, is my car done? I've been waiting. Okay, well, guys, like, I do not condone lying at all. I'm not into it, especially, like, in anything I do. However, I knew this white lie wouldn't hurt. So, sorry. So, I told her, I was like, oh, let me go check in service and see if your car is done, even though I was sitting in her car, and it wasn't turning on. The battery was dead. Because I guess I left it on the night before and didn't realize I left it on. I guess I was too excited to finally get to go home after a long day. And I didn't hear the car beeping at me as I walked away. And I was the only one with the key, and I took it home with me, so no one was able to get into the car because I locked it to turn it off. So, charged the car, came back, checked the battery and alternator is fine, luckily. And then I called her back, and I was like, oh, hey, it's ready for you. It was already PDI'd before she even bought the car. I just didn't know. I had no way of checking. So that was good. And so then she showed up, and I was doing delivery. She's 64, and her husband's 82. And he doesn't know anything about technology, but he's such a sweetheart. We're both Buckeyes at heart. And he or she is the one who would be like doing all the technology and everything. And what was it? So I was showing her how to use Android Auto and trying to get her OK Google to work because she never set it up, so it wasn't loading for some reason. It took over 20 minutes for the thing to finally pop up and let us do it. Tried all different things and finally started working. And then so it took an hour and a half to do a delivery on her car because she wanted to make sure, she wanted to test the voice texting like 20 times, even though I proved to her it worked and everything. And she wanted me to set some destinations in her Google Maps and all this jazz. So I got it done, and she left. And I should have known the dead battery was going to be an omen for my day. Should have known. But alas, whatever, moved on. So a customer contacts me, and he's like, I want this vehicle with a sunroof in it. And I said, okay, that would be the sport version. And he's like, no, I want the version that I looked at with a sunroof put in. And I was like, we don't put sunroofs in our vehicles. Like, we don't do that here. Well, if you want me to come into the dealership, you better put this, you need to have the sunroof in it. Sir, if you want the sunroof, you need to go to the sport trim level. You can't do it in there. Well, get it from another dealership. You can't get this vehicle with that trim level with a sunroof. It's just not a thing. This is all through text message, mind you. And he said, what was it? He said, well, can you get someone to do it? I said, I can Google a company to see who would put the sunroof in. We don't have a company we work with that does that. And he's like, how about you sweeten it and cover the bill? No, sir, we're not going to do that. You know how freaking costly that would be? Like cutting into a vehicle and installing a sunroof. Which, I don't even know of a company that does it because I tried searching for one. And it seems like a lot of glass companies down here suck because they have 1-star ratings. But anyways, finally he's like, okay, well, I need the trim level right above the base model because that one comes with satellite and I need satellite. Okay, sir. Well, I'm glad you figured that out so we didn't waste so much of our time together looking at the base model again for you to only be like, I want the one above it. So then, dude, don't cut me off. I'm gonna beat you up. Thank you. So then he's like, send me the prices on the base model and the one above the base model. Why do you want me to do that when you just told me you wanted the one above the base model because it has satellite radio? But whatever. Fine, I'll do what you want. But we'll discuss it tomorrow. Like, I'm not going to... He was like, send me the prices, the rebates. I see it on your website, but I want you to break it down for me. It's the same exact thing, dude. There's nothing on the rate that's different. So, don't know why you want me to do all this extra work for no reason. But okay, I'll do it for you. And he's like, also I want to know the rate and how many months it'll be and what the payments would be with and without $1,500 down. We can do this while you're inside the freaking dealership so you're not wasting my time while I'm waiting for customers. Ugh. Okay, sir. I'll make sure I have that. Please have that ready by the time I show up tomorrow at 9:30. Okay, sir. I will. So I got it done tonight. And, I didn't even have a single customer today. So, I, got that done. And I was dealing with another customer who refuses to talk to me. He showed up to the dealership a couple of days ago. And I think it was like, not this past weekend, the weekend before. And he looked at a pre-owned Genesis. And like I said, I just got one in last night. We actually sold the Genesis that he was looking at, which he didn't know, which I wasn't going to tell him because I wanted him to come in and take a look at other vehicles. I would have told him, but the BDC person he was talking to, which is a guy, told me not to, just have him come in and see what we have on the lot and whatever. It's like, alright, whatever, that's fine. Plus, we have a new one, take a lot of money off of, whatever. So, then, he wasn't responding to my texts, but he would respond to John. And I told John, I was like, hey, I got a pre-owned, or I just got a 2015 Genesis for trade last night, it has less than 26,000 miles on it. And you'll want to tell the guy, because he obviously doesn't like to talk to me. So he texts the guy obviously texts back. And John says, send him pictures. So I sent him pictures. And I don't remember what color the other one was. I'm pretty sure it's the same color that I showed him this time, but I can't remember. So, he told John to have the car cleaned for when they show up. And, which would be tomorrow. And I said, okay, what time's he showing up? I was like, he needs to respond to me, though, if he wants me to get this car cleaned. Like, I'm not going to clean the car if he doesn't take the time to talk to me, because it's just disrespectful. So, lo and behold, an hour and a half after me texting him, even though he's been texting with John, he texts me and he's like, I'll come in sometime tomorrow to look at the vehicle. So, okay, great. He tells John roughly when he'll be in. He doesn't tell me, he tells John. So annoying. It's like he has a bromance or something happening. So anyways, dealing with that type of customer. And then I went to Chick-fil-A today. Because, well, I went to Chick-fil-A and Arby's because I couldn't decide what I wanted to eat. And at Chick-fil-A, the first person I spoke to, because, you know, if you go through the drive-thru, there's, like, those multiple people who stand in line, or stand there to take your order, take your money, and then hand you your stuff. Well, the first person I saw my skull mask. And he was joking around and saying, oh, what's your date gonna have? And, he's expensive or whatever. And I was just joking around, and it was funny, and it was fun. And I told him, I said, honestly, you're the best thing about my day today, so thank you. Well, he's like, I'm gonna put your order down as Ghostface. I was like, that would be hilarious. Like, go ahead. So, I go up to the next person. And she said, come on, little caravan. You're a freaking sport. Go, go, go. She's like, oh, I don't think he charged your card. And I was like, he did charge my card. Like, he ran it in front of me. No, I don't think he did. Can I please have your card? Okay, well, I guess you would know. Like, I'm not going to tell you don't know how to do your job. But here you go. Here's my card. I was like, and she had like a 2283 pulled up. And I said, no, mine is 903. And she swiped my card. She handed me a receipt, walked back her thing. I looked at the receipt and I backed up. I said, ma'am, this is not my meal. You charged me for 22 something. Oh, I know. Heifer, you knew and you still charged my card? And you walked back handing me a receipt that you knew wasn't my meal? Please tell me how that freaking makes sense. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sure you are. Here, let me run it again, and you can get the refund up there. Okay, I mean, I think he did run my card up there, but okay. Here's my card again. Runs it again, brings me back a receipt. Start going forward, and then realize she charged me for the next people's because I don't like strawberries, and there's a strawberry shake on there, and it was $10. Backed up. Ma'am, this is not my meal. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, okay, okay. I don't think, ma'am, he did charge my card. Yeah, but there's a ghost face on there, so I'm so confused. He named it Ghostface because of my skull mask. Oh. Just because it says Ghostface on there does not mean it does not go through. Ghostface doesn't mean, technology doesn't put Ghostface because your card doesn't run through the system. Like, how? People's brains sometimes do not think. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. So now, I'm paying over $43 for 3 people's meals. So I go up to the window, and I'm pissed. Like, you can see my face. Like, I'm just irritated. And I was like, I need refunds on these, because they're not mine. Or I was like, because these are other people's meals. And I was already having a bad morning. And, they're like, okay. So they gave me 3 receipts back. 2 were the original receipts, and 1 was a refund receipt for the $10 one. I'm like, okay, did you give me the refund on the $22 one? They ask each other if they give me a refund. They're like, I think, yeah. That doesn't seem too confident, so I'm going to make sure that you give me a refund, and if you didn't, I'm going to make sure that you know you didn't, because I'm going to be pretty irritated. Like, I understand, I've worked in food and beverage, and I've worked in customer service a lot, and I'm not going to be mean about it, but I'm going to come back and make sure I get a refund, because $22 and some change is a lot of freaking money for food, especially if it's not for me. So then, I get back to work, and the customer's like, can you please give me a price, the sticker price of the base model and the one above the base? Like, oh my god. Ugh. So, I walk outside, and as I'm walking, I step on a freaking piece of gum. And now, most people only get gum on one shoe. Me, I get the freaking piece of gum on both shoes. And I do this by stepping on the piece of gum, and I swear to God, if that person fucking backs into me, all hell is gonna break loose. Okay. And so I twirl around to try and see where I stepped on it, and I got gum on my other shoe. So that's been my day. Oh, and I dropped my retainer trays that I've been wearing to straighten my teeth on the bathroom floor at work. So I don't have anything to clean it, just water, so you know I did not put those trays back in my mouth. I'm just gonna wait until tonight, because tonight's the day that I need to change them up anyways, and do that, because I'm not gonna put nasty bathroom trays in my mouth. Ugh. But I finally made it home, and that was just today, guys. You don't even know what happened the other days. So yeah, sorry, I've been distant, but I just need to breathe, and hope you're all doing well. Much love, stay positive, and hopefully my brain stops feeling like mush. Bye!